Oh, fun, I have a green screen. Oh, make it look like I'm in Paris. Oh, here I am. I want to do it and make it look like I'm driving a race car.
Does it look real?
Well, I feel like this looks really real, like I'm actually there racing right now.
Ooh, put a slice of pizza behind me. Oh, look, it's like I'm eating a piece of pizza.
Dude, it actually looks like you're eating a piece of pizza right now. That's crazy. Yes, very convincing.
Stick insects have always fascinated people, with some evidence suggesting they've been kept as pets for over 1,000 years. During the Han Dynasty, it's thought that stick insects were kept in bird cages for luck and good fortune. But stick insects have been around even longer than that. Paleontologists have found fossils of stick insects from 126 million years ago, telling us that these masters of disguise walked the earth with the dinosaurs. Key to their long survival must be their ability to hide in plain sight. And if camouflage doesn't work, some species of stick insects have the ability to release a liquid that leaves their attacker unable to see, while the stick insect makes its escape.
The next pet owner we're meeting is Adam and his turtle, Mbappe. Adam, nice to see you.
Nice
so
to see you too.
This is your turtle, Mbappe.
Yep.
So how old is Mbappe?
3 years old?
And how long have you had Mbappe for?
Maybe 7 months.
And do you have any other pets at home?
Yeah, I have a fish that's the same age as me, so he's like almost 11.
Oh, my
Wow.
goodness. And what's the fish's name?
Paddy Joe Nemo McDonough.
Paddy Joe Nemo McDonough.
Wow, that's the first time I've ever heard someone get it right on the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
So this isn't Mbappe's full-time home. Where does he reside when he's at your home?
Paddy Joe Nemo McDonough's here and Mbappe is right here. Most of the time he's just staring in at Paddy Joe Nemo McDonough like
What do you feed Mbappe when you're at home?
turtle food, like special turtle foods.
Do you have it with you?
Yep, it is right here.
Can I feed him?
Yeah, go ahead.
When does he have his dinner? How many times in a day does he eat?
He only eats every 2 days.
Adam, what do you like doing with Mbappe at home?
Sometimes me and my brother Felix write stories and get Mbappe's take on them, see if he likes them or not. Once upon a time, there was a famous turtle called Mbappe who was really good at scoring goals.
Adam, you're a massive soccer fan, right? And your turtle's called Mbappe. Do you think we can get him to score a goal with that tiny ball into our tiny net?
Yeah, of course.
Right, let's see.
Come on, Mbappe.
Okay.
Let's see, can we score a goal?
Oh, you got this, Mbappe.
Moment of truth.
It's Mbappe for France. He's got it on his weaker left foot. He shoots, he scores! What composure! What skill!
There we go.
Well
Well
done,
done.
Well done, Mbappe.
I think you deserve some more food after that. Here you go.
I've never seen that before. Thank you, Adam, for bringing Mbappe in to see us.
No problem, thank you.
Definitely cute, but probably not cuddly. We've got Connor and his calf.
Oh, wow. He's so cute. Can I pet him?
Yeah.
Hey, little guy.
So,
What kind of calf is he?
He's a Hereford. Harry.
Harry.
Hereford.
so where do you keep Harry? Like, because not everyone has a calf as a pet.
No, we have a farm and we keep a couple of these. They're called sucklers, so they drink the milk off their mom and after a while they go out in the fields eating grass.
Is he a dairy cow? Is he a beef cow? What kind of cow is he?
He's a dairy cow, a beef cow.
That's a serious question.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought you were joking.
Nope.
Right, tell me, what does this mean?
A cow is used for the milk for if it's dairy, and if it's beef, it's used to rear its own calf. So he's a dairy, so he doesn't have a mom.
Ah.
So we feed him with the bottle, like this.
Can I feed him?
Yeah.
Dinner time, Harry.
Oh, that's
Oh.
kind of cute, isn't it?
Right, go over here, look, show the cameras. That's it.
If I wanted to buy a calf, where would I go?
Well, you'd go to a mart and Dad might sell you one.
Who? Your dad?
Yeah, he's an auctioneer.
Does he have a hammer that does the...
And does he do the 1, 2, 3, 3, gone, it's gone.
Yep.
Oh, let's bring him in. Show
on.
us how it's done.
Right, so we'll have a mini auction here, so you can bid.
How do we bid?
You can wink, you can just move your hand like that.
Right, no scratching eyebrows,
Okay.
okay?
Only
Just
if you
be
need
careful.
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to sell Harry.
Right.
Okay, so who's going to start him at 500? 500 a bid, 500 a bid, 5 bid, 5 bid, 5 bid, 5 bid, 520, 520 bid, 540, 540, 60, 5 600, 600 a bid on the bid, 20, 20 bid, 40, 700 over here, 700 a bid, on the bid, on the bid, 20, 740 bid, 40 bid, 40 bid, 40 bid, 60, 760 bid, 60 bid, 60 bid, never come to a mark with me, 80, 780 bid, 80 bid, 800, 800 a bid on the bid, the hammer's up, I'm going to sell him, at 800 sell, 810, 820, 850, 900, 920, 950, 980, 1000, he's out, at a 1000 sell, 1000 euros, sold. Well done, Demi.
The actual laugh is that you now have to pay him €1,000.
This is very awkward. I only have €5 in my pocket.
Demi, I think you should honestly think about becoming an auctioneer.
Yeah, well, enough about that. It's time for you, Adam, to see a very talented pup.
Okay, make sure you get your money.
I'll sit here with you, Harry. He's just adorable. Look at him. All right. You can have the bottle.
Have you found him yet?
No, I haven't found him yet. Okay, we've been out here for like an hour.
All right, well, just keep looking. He'll turn up eventually.
We're playing hide and go seek outside. But I've been inside the whole time.
He gotta be around here somewhere.
Yeah, well, he's not, so he's probably inside or something.
He can't be inside. That's against the rules.
We all love our pets and we just want them to be happy and healthy, right?
Yep. But things don't always go according to plan, and that's when we need a vet to step in.
It's time to check in with vet Dr. Bobby.
Today I have a super special patient with me. This is Princess, the green-winged macaw. When she was younger, she got a small amount of metal, and that metal actually caused her to be very sick. We gave her some sedation, took some x-rays, and we were able to find a metallic object located somewhere around her stomach. What we did was called an endoscopy, and we were able to pass a very small tube and go through and find a really, really small metal bit that probably came from some cable or some kind of electronic device. We had to go get it out from her stomach. So I'm going to go and have a quick look at her now and see what of this physical exam she's going to allow me to do. I need you to come down here. So when we try to do physical exams, one of the first things we do is listen to her heart, to her lungs, assessing the air sacs that are all around her body. Good girl. Feeling the actual muscle development, looking at her wings, and actually looking inside of her mouth, where they have what's called a choana, and that's where they actually breathe through their nose. So that's also a really important part. One of the other things we want to do is feel their keel bones. And on the sides, they have really strong muscles. And Princess is flighted, so that means she actually does get to fly around, so she has a fantastic body condition score. One of the important things that we also want to look at is the nasal passages. So their nose, we're able to look inside there, and there, she's doing very good. I think for right now, we'll go ahead and get her owners back in for her. She did absolutely fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for bringing her in. Do you guys have any questions for me that you might be concerned about her?
We found like a weird feather at the bottom of her tail, and we were wondering if it was normal.
So that's actually a really common thing that we see in most parrots. It's actually called a preen gland, and it's a little group of feathers, and they're actually coated in oil. And what the parrots will do is they'll use that oil on their beak and put it onto all of their wings, and that's when you see them constantly pruning and cleaning themselves. They're actually using that oil. Thank you guys again so much for bringing Princess back into me and keep her away from those metal objects.
Oh yeah, of course.
Let's check back in on those pesky hamsters. I wonder what they're up to now.
Dude, move.
No, you.
No, I was on here first.
No, you were. I was on here first.
No.
You moved.
Dude.
Fine, I'll just go the other way.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Hey, you boys, stop fighting. I'm trying to sleep.
Gray, you woke up Dad, now he's gonna ground you.
No, it's gonna ground you.
You're so grounded. He's probably on his way over here right now to ground you.
You are so grounded.
You're super grounded.
It's time to meet another pet owner, and we've got Paige and her rat, Diamond.
Paige, seriously, rats? What made you want to get rats?
First I wanted a hamster, but then I saw that rats were really good creatures. You could train them loads of tricks.
That makes sense.
Is this the only rat you have, or do you have more rats at home?
I have 2 more rats at home, Salt, and the other one's Splinter.
And what's this little girl's name here?
That one's Diamond.
Diamond.
Why is she called Diamond?
Because she's like a white mark and shaped like a diamond, kind of.
Oh.
Smart. I like that.
Paige, what does Diamond like to eat?
She likes breadsticks and she likes peanut butter.
Oh, I love breadsticks and I love peanut butter. Oh, she beautiful. Hello, gorgeous girl.
Oh my goodness, you are so confident with rats.
Rats are really smart, aren't they, Paige?
Yeah.
They can do really cool things. They're very, very clever.
I'll try to hold her. There we go. Oh, look, Diamond.
Two best friends.
Two best friends in the room.
Yeah, you're so good.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's it. That's it. Oh, I did it.
done.
I did it.
Well done.
Did you see that? I did it. High five. I did. I'm so proud of myself. Thanks, Diamond.
Well, I think we figured out that I'm a massive fan of rats. They're smart and they're so adorable.
Yeah, I think I just need a little bit more time to get used to Diamond. But thanks, Paige, for coming in and showing us your pet rat. Time to find out who's next. Next up, we're meeting Sharon and her Sphinx cat, Atticus. When people hear hairless cats, they probably think it's easier to maintain because there's no hair, there's no fur.
A hairless cat is actually quite high maintenance. The body and a normal cat will produce oils that would go into the fur. In a Sphinx cat, they produce oils, but it doesn't leave their skin. So you have to bath.
So just wet the sponge a little bit.
Just wet the sponge a little bit.
Nice and warm, Atticus.
And just wash the face.
Right.
It's like getting groomed.
Do they ever get cold?
Yes. So when we do tend to get to the winter time, we do tend to jumper the cats out. That's him. Yep.
Yes.
Oh, he's toast. Have a little lift. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're like a baby.
Oh, hello, Atticus. Hello. Oh, he smells really nice.
He does.
Hello.
So do they go outside now and run around with the other neighborhood cats, or do they have like a strict exercise routine?
They are not cats that go out and run around with the other cats in the neighborhood at all. They have a very large exercise wheel. And I think it amuses people to see a cat running on a wheel.
I want one. I do want one.
Too. I want two.
Yeah,
maybe
two.
Four.
Two.
Before. Six.